What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about MobileCoin. Also, I want to talk about some of the FUD going around from mainstream media regarding the FTX situation, which obviously is bad, but God, some of the nonsense that I'm reading is ridiculous. So I want to talk about that too. Regarding MobileCoin, um, I'll break down why I don't think this is a good investment in this video, and if this is one that you're in, or if this is one that you're considering being in. The same rules apply. What I'm talking about and why I think this is a bad investment, why what you should be looking for when you're looking at your cryptos. Before I get into that though, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about when I made this channel. They were also the first 26 I owned as well. In when I made the channel, I've actually been in the market for 8 years, so not the first I owned, obviously. Had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you've ignored them for 2 years straight, just never done the right thing, never paid attention to them, you'd still be in profit for 9.2k, and that's doing absolutely everything wrong. But if you just sold these coins like I did last year when the markets rocketed up, that $100 into each of those coins, that $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. And that is when you're doing the right thing. Now, as I said, I sold these last year. These are not what I own anymore. If you want to see the coins that I own right now, you can go to Copy My Crypto. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. I share anytime I buy or sell a coin. We have tutorials set up as well. These are for members that have never actually invested in anything before, which a lot of them have. They're the same kind of, they're the same videos I send friends and family whenever they want to get into the markets. And look, guys, everything on the site is verifiable because it's all on the history of the YouTube channel. Phantom tops that spreadsheet. Phantom is a Udemy course I did in 2020 where I said Phantom will be the best investment or cryptocurrency investment of 2020. Said it would 100x. No one in 2020 was talking about Phantom. You will not find a single YouTube video talking about Phantom in 2020, but I did because I did my research. I realized it was going to 100x or more. It ended up doing 677. So if you do put in 2 grand, you'd have been a millionaire. Now, I'll find another Phantom. When I do, I'm going to get onto the site and tell the members all about it, and they can jump in as well. I'll tell them what percentage I'm putting in, and I'll make those gains. And if you want to make those gains, you go read the site. And remember, everything on there you can verify on the history of the channel. So go check it out. This links is on screen. So MobileCoin, 91 cents right now. Market cap of 67.5 mil. Hit all-time highs of $60 this past year. So MobileCoin is designed to be deployable in normal resource-constrained environments like mobile devices and to deliver a simple user experience along with privacy and security. These guys had quite a bit of volume knocking around for a while as well. And then, there's nothing really now. 580,000 here, a couple mil here. There was one massive spike of a couple hundred million round when it was at half a dollar. But the volume's terrible generally. 3 mil's not actually awful today, but there's a lot of days where it was just doing really small volume. And this is firstly a massive concern. Like, you should always be aware that you've got to be able to sell a crypto. So if they're doing really bad volume when the markets were really lively, in that October, November, December of last year, the volume markets were really pumping and really, really lively, and it was doing very small volume. Some days 6 mil, but a lot of days just only a couple of million max. So now we're in a fully fledged bear cycle. I expect the volume to continue dropping on this. Another reason that I'm not bullish on this long term is the element of privacy, along with the fact that it's a payment solution. It's in Arrington XRP's portfolio, which doesn't really sway me one way or the other, to be honest. And The mission is to build a trusted and innovative financial network that empowers people and businesses around the world. Um, but fundamentally, I'm not enamored with what I'm seeing. So the mobile coin protocol is a set of rules that define a decentralized cryptocurrency. Anyone's free to review that open source code that implements the protocol to verify that it is correct or to propose improvements. The Mobile Coin Foundation will oversee development of the software in GitHub. So there's easy wallet recovery, there's total security, and the entire ledger is opaque. Individual transactions are cryptographically protected, and the network uses forward secrecy. This in and of itself could be a problem. I'll explain why shortly. Now, the plus side is, they should be able to scale and not compromise on security. They're fast, um, not that fast though, but they're fast. Um, and they've got some, interesting partners, but none of these I'm going awesome. Block Demon, Fight for the Future, DreamHost, none of these at all really get me going in terms of, oh, that's good news. That's good news. Recent news, nothing. Encrypted payments, simplified. I understand they've got a foundation. I understand that they've got an ecosystem that's sort of growing. They've got a messenger, Signal Messenger. They've got Mixin Messenger. They've got a Fennec wallet in terms of trading. They talk about what they've got. They've got Signal bots like Imogen, and they've got Hotline, which is a subscription announcements. None of this at all. They've got Block Explorer, and I'll open that up so you can see what's cracking with Mobile Coin. None of it's exciting, is it? Art and music, place for artists to share their creations. Imogen again. Um, and look, here's your Block Explorer. Um, so these are the million odd blocks and the 3.1 million or 3.3 million transactions in the ledger, displaying the block index. But I'm not, like I say, guys, look, what you want to see is um, development. You're not seeing a ton of development here. Um, in terms of like the ecosystem, it's really small right now. And, they have been up and running long enough to have grown a bit more than what they have. They've been around since 2020. Um, so they're a way away from where they should be. Um, they do have development grants. Now, that to me is always a good sign. You do want to be incentivizing, and that's a big plus. They've also got a stable coin uh, up and running. So there is a payment solution here. But I'm not seeing anything where I'm going, they're ahead of the pack. They're not, I don't feel like a business is going to be leaping towards mobile coin when there's other things out there like Coty, to just name one, right? So I don't think this is going to be business friendly. I don't think, and I think the big problem for me is that cryptography. Look, I think privacy is great. I'm a big advocate for privacy, but privacy coins are going to take a hit. Governments are not going to allow them to go forward. We've been saying it for years, and sooner or later it's going to start coming round. It already has. We've seen Huobi ditch a bunch of privacy coins because they feel, well, I think they were under pressure to remove them from the exchange. I think that's going to be something that the EU really push. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if the American government end up pushing it, but the EU will certainly be the first to really push that. We want to know everything, hence no privacy coins allowed. And all of a sudden, the trading volume drops dramatically. There's problems. I can't see mobile coin surviving. Maybe it does, but they've not got a partnership that any particular partnership that really makes me think it's got success written. Um, I think there's other payment solutions that are better, and I'm generally not a huge fan of payment solutions generally because I think you've got a stable coin. Yeah, you've got stable coins. Stable coins are a payment solution. They're a good one. Um, and yeah, I mean, we're moving towards digital payment systems anyway. Like I was actually speaking about this with my wife, but there are some stores in the areas that we've been around that just won't accept cash at all. Like there's a number of stores around that just do not accept cash. You have to pay on card. Um, and that evolution we've seen over the last couple of years. So part of that is why part of that is why I believe crypto long term is always going to succeed. Not least of which is the huge growth and everything else. But payment solutions, it only makes sense to put them in a stable coin or a coin you believe in long term. Um, and you need a stable coin that has huge volume as well, that is reliable, that isn't going to be some algorithmic one. I'm just not convinced MobileCoin have enough in the tank right now for them to not die. They need to significantly onboard a number of businesses to show the value in what they're doing. They also need to grow um, their ecosystem to make it something that is appealing to developers. They need to be really crystal. They need to be more clear and transparent about what the amount of money is as well regarding the grants that they've got in place because that's not obvious at all either. If they can get all of that going, they've got a shot. Everyone has a shot, but right now it's too slim for me. Can't see it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below because maybe I'm wrong. Um, yeah, and if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, because you want to avoid coins that aren't going to make you money. I'll talk about them, and I'll also talk about videos that will make about coins that will make you money. So you don't want to miss those videos. Hit the subscribe button. Um, if you want to see the coins I currently own in my portfolio, you can go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell a coin. I release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets if that interests you. Many of the members just want to jump on, copy along to the portfolio. And guys, the history of success is here. The history of success is on the site. You can go through all of those things. Everything on the site can be checked against the YouTube channel. So you can do that as well. Um, and no one else talked about Phantom in 2020. No one. There was no YouTube channel. But I did a Udemy course dedicated to it, saying it will be the best crypto investment of 2020. And I was right. And I'll find another Phantom. And when I do, the members will know. It won't be a Udemy course like last time. I will just make sure the members are aware. I'm putting in this much money, this percentage of my portfolio. They can copy along. If you want to make those kind of gains, go read the site. And like I said, you can verify everything across the YouTube channel. And the link is on screen, guys. And last thing, just want to talk about the FUD. The FTX disaster has set back crypto by years. This is an article on CNBC. Um, and unfortunately, this is one of those things that people start saying because they're like looking to get traction in the media. So um, this disaster has set back adoption of crypto assets by 1 or 2 years, according to Evgeny Gavoy, the CEO of crypto market maker Wintermute. I mean, he's wrong. Like, it's not going to set anything back in terms of adoption. It just isn't. It's gonna upset a lot of people. It's gonna suck, and it's gonna be really rubbish for the people that got in. Um, but it won't set people back it won't set the crypto market back for 2 years. And if his justification will be in 2 years' time when the market starts rallying, told you it's going to take 2 years for adoption to come back. No, that's just the market cycles that we're in. You can't you can't claim that that you've got it right based on a market cycle and because that's actually what's going to be responsible for low adoption over the next couple of years. But we're in those market cycles. We've always been in those market cycles. Um, and they state that here are three ways that they could reshape the industry. Regulation is obviously one. Regulation is inevitable. It's always been inevitable. Um, and we'll see what happens with that. We are out. That is outside of anyone's control, beyond lawmakers and the those with political sway, like Sam Bankman-Fried, who donated about $1 billion to the Democrats to try and make sure that he could sway uh, the Senate. Now, or Congress, rather Congress. Um, I don't think it's set adoption back by 1 or 2 years. I think the market cycles do that naturally. Um, I don't think it sets it back. I think it's just the market cycles. Um, there is there is one point valid that needs to be discussed, and it's something I've said on this channel a ton. But when you see Celsius, 3 Hours, FTX, Voyager, BlockFi, all these things over the past year, Alameda, um, there does need to be oversight as to how these huge investors are allowed to play with funds. Like, that has to be regulated because the people that get harmed are the retail investors. Because I still don't believe Sam Bankman. I hope he does serve his time in prison, but I don't believe he will. I think money talks. I think he's still got enough money to get a cushy deal, be fine. But everyone that had money on FTX, and there'll be a lot of retail investors that are damaged permanently for that. But so, consolidation as well. Many new companies and crypto projects emerged. Consolidation needs to happen with fewer firms and coins existing in the years to come. Yeah, but that's part and parcel of the cycles. We saw that in 2018. A load of coins died in 28 across 2018, 2019, 2020. And then new coins emerge, and then a lot of them will die because they will have no volume, no one will be using them, and it will start again, and it will start again, and it will start, and that's what always happens. Um, so yeah, there needs to be some consolidation within the markets, and that happens. And then innovation. Does the whole market is about innovation. So stating that there needs to be innovation is sort of a redundant statement. This market is about innovation. Um, so for me, really the only two things that do need to happen is some oversight of some degree. And I think I'm not concerned about regulation for retail investors because I don't think they are the danger to the market. The danger to the market are the huge industry titans, the people with billions that can move a market in a day with decisions that they make. Um, and consolidation because and a dwindling of the overall cryptos out there. But again, that happens through the nature of a bear cycle. So we will see probably 10, 15, well, certainly 10,000 or so cryptos just die a death. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine because there's no value to them. There's probably a lot more. We're probably talking about 16, 17,000. But at this point, that'll happen through the natural rhythm of cycles. But regulation for those giants in these industry titans, that's what's needed. Um, but what do you guys think? Again, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think what's the biggest thing that you think needs to happen to reshape the crypto industry? Let me know. And I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.